One thing we got to do is keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. David Benavidez beats Caleb Plant, and here's the problem. Here's the problem that I have. Don't ever call this man ever in your life the Mexican monster again. Don't ever do it. He is no Mexican monster. Don't call him a Mexican monster. Canelo Alvarez is the only Mexican monster. David Benavidez has been stripped. Your monster status has been revoked. You are not the Mexican monster. Caleb Plant went in there, schooled this asshole for the first 5-6 rounds. Then after that, gassed, and David Benavidez couldn't even knock out a guy who was half conscious for the rest of the fight. Don't ever call this man a monster. He got the win. But don't ever in your life call this man the Mexican monster. He ain't no Mexican monster. He never was the Mexican monster. And Canelo Alvarez will destroy David Benavidez. This man is not ready for Canelo Alvarez, period. Canelo is literally levels above David Benavidez. And we've seen that tonight. Canelo is levels above David Benavidez. It's not even close. Canelo Alvarez doesn't get outboxed the whole fight and then can't finish his food. It's not. It was an interesting fight. It was a good fight. But at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez destroys David Benavidez. David Benavidez is no Mexican monster. He beat Caleb Plant. Canelo Alvarez leftovers, and he couldn't even put him to sleep. The man could not put him to sleep. His defense is trash. He's flat-footed. He's predictable. Canelo Alvarez is levels above David Benavidez. And you don't have to agree, but you will be humiliated when the fight happens. Canelo Alvarez, the industry says Canelo beats Benavidez. Absolutely. And it's not even close. Canelo stops him. David Benavidez is very flat-footed. That is correct. Sports Hulk, shout out to you. Canelo Alvarez is the real Mexican monster. So when you call somebody the Mexican monster, make sure they're getting the stoppage. Make sure they're putting the guy to sleep. Make sure they're sending that guy to hell. What are we talking about? So what? He lost rounds. He didn't lose all of the rounds leading up to the halfway mark, and he stopped him. Max Martinez, sit your dumb ass down. That's the problem with these guys. They want to hold nuts. We don't have time to hold nuts. We have time to keep it honest and unbiased. Canelo Alvarez is the only Mexican monster. Canelo Alvarez is the man at 168. This is what we're talking about. My brother Fernando, absolutely. My brother Fernando, Canelo whoops Benavidez, and that's what it is. And that's just being honest. Look at the fight. The man defense sucks. He's flat-footed. He literally had to wait until this man got exhausted. Now, I take nothing away from David Benavidez. Nothing I take away from him. Nothing. I thought he would win this fight. I predicted he would win this fight in this exact fashion because I knew he was being overrated and overhyped. I knew what would happen. We just gonna be honest. And if you're here, you know, I have how many people do we have on? I believe we have about 667 people live right now with us, rocking with us. And if you're rocking with the landlord, hit the thumbs up. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you're here to hold David Benavidez nuts, this is not for you. It's not. I like David. He's a good fighter, but we're not gonna hold his nuts today. Do not compare him to Canelo. All those narratives has to end. Oh, and I got one more thing for you guys. Canelo Alvarez is not ducking David Benavidez. You know who said that? David Benavidez said it. He said Canelo's not ducking me. He said it live. So anybody comes up here saying Canelo's ducking, running, hiding, anything, you are a nut holder. You don't want to tell the truth. You don't want to be honest because David Benavidez said out of his own mouth that Canelo is not ducking. Don't come in here with them dumbass narratives or you will get body bagged because we're going to be honest and unbiased. We're going to be honest and unbiased. Canelo Alvarez is the only Mexican monster in boxing right now. And you saw that because Canelo finishes his food. Canelo don't play with nobody. What are you talking about? Devon Valley, salute to you, family. He said, this is what happened when you overhype a fighter because Mayweather and Mike Tyson told you. David ain't that good. He's not. David's a good fighter. He's a quality fighter. But I'm going to tell you this. And it's taking nothing away from David. But he's been vastly overrated. Too many guys out here want to hold this man's nuts. If you're holding David Benavidez's nuts, slap yourself and slap your mama for being stupid because we're going to be honest and unbiased about it. We're going to be honest because at the end of the day, that guy, bad footwork, slow, predictable, he's not beating Canelo Alvarez. He's just not. Salute to my brother, Miguel Valdez. Thank you, my brother. Much love and support. Respect to you, my brother. Canelo Alvarez is levels above this guy. This is what we needed. We needed this guy. We needed this guy to have a decent fight. And this is Canelo's leftovers. And don't forget, Canelo Alvarez fought Caleb Plant and his hand was broken. Think about that. And he still got the stoppage in the 11th. While David Benavidez is being overrated and overhyped. You got all these fanboys out here. David's the Mexican monster. David, I got a handful of David's nuts. And this is your king. This is your king. This guy. You guys are dumbasses. Come on. This guy paid me $2 just to say Canelo fears David Benavidez. I appreciate the money, and I'm going to tell you this. This guy got a handful of David Benavidez nuts. Thanks for the money, dumbass. See, we're going to be honest and unbiased. We're going to be honest and unbiased. And look, I'm sorry, but there's been too many David Benavidez fanboys out here. Too many David Benavidez, nut huggers coming out here. And I'm going to be honest with you. These guys needed to get exposed. If you're a David Benavidez fan girl who's been screaming and crying that he's the best fighter that ever lived, then there you go. There you go. There you go. Now you know he's not. Now you know he's not that guy. King Savage Kool-Aid, salute to you, my brother. Thanks for the love and support. He says, as you predicted, IBFP, Plant would get tired. Besides that, it was a good match. Anyways, if Benavidez throws shots and misses, Canelo would counter Benavidez and land big shots. If I'm a Benavidez, I would be looking for a new trainer and improve better. I think David Benavidez is a quality fighter. I think he has a lot of potential, and I'm not hating on David at all. I've always been a big supporter of David Benavidez. I even predicted him winning this fight. But I think the fact that these dumbasses overrate David Benavidez, like he's unbeatable, he's unstoppable, he can't be touched. Those guys are morons because David Benavidez has a lot of flaws. He can't box. He's very predictable. He's flat-footed. His defense is garbage. I mean, he literally had to wait until Caleb Plant got tired to have any offense. Any offense. Think about that. And this is your king? This is the guy? I mean, these guys' assholes are getting tight. Come on, salute to my brother Sam Shaw. We don't have to play no games. We speaking facts. We speaking facts. We speaking facts. And I'm gonna tell you this: Canelo Alvarez, his hand was messed up. His hand was messed up, and he still finished him. And he dropped him. David couldn't even put him on the canvas. Look, I'm just saying, and I like David Benavidez. I think he's a good guy. I think all of that. But at the end of the day, we're just going to be real about it. These guys want to hold David Benavidez nuts. You see who the real Mexican monster is. You see who the real Mexican monster is. You see who the real Mexican monster is. Look at these guys. They're in their feelings. Let them be in their feelings. Be in your feelings. See, this is why we have a bunch of men Who assholes get tight when you talk about David Benavidez? He says, do you think Canelo stops Benavidez? And so this is my brother J Taps, but let me pull that one up. First, let me get to my brother Gutierrez. He says, Canelo will chop, 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 open shots all day. That's what I've been saying. Canelo will chop this boy down. That's it. What can David Benavidez do? He's not the Mexican monster. He's the damn cookie monster. He's the cookie monster. What can he do to Canelo? Canelo is an elite counter puncher. That's what he is. He's an elite counter puncher. That's what he is. And he's going to counter punch him the entire fight. He's going to make him miss. He's going to embarrass him. That's what he's going to do. My brother, the boxing fan ×4 says, Kenny Bayless saved Plant 3 or 4 times from getting knocked out. I think Kenny Bayless has always been a suspect referee, and he's garbage, and I'll never defend Kenny Bayless a day. But I will tell you this. If David Benavidez was the Mexican monster, he had plenty of opportunities to stop Caleb Plant multiple rounds after that, and he still didn't do it. He's overrated. Salute to my brother Hit Kid. He said David won a good close fight. Canelo cooks him. That's what I'm talking about, Hit. Canelo's levels above this guy. Levels above this guy. I mean, if you want to be a casual, if you want to be stupid, if you want to not make sense, then you can keep overrating David Benavidez. He's a cookie monster. He ain't a Mexican monster. Canelo's a Mexican monster. My brother G. Jesus says Mexican monster, but couldn't knock out Caleb Plant. It was a great fight. Benavidez won, yet Plant showed he wasn't the same as a washed 160-pound David Lemieux. See, everybody was saying Caleb Plant was going to get stopped. You remember David Benavidez, I'm going to stop Caleb Plant in 6 rounds. I'm going to stop him in 6 rounds. Did you stop him? Did you stop him? You said, I'm going to break his jaw. You didn't break anything. What are we talking about? Didn't break his jaw. Didn't stop him in 6 rounds. He guaranteed a knockout. What are we talking about? Come on. Come on. My brothers, the people eyebrow salute to you, family. He says, can't stop a defeated Plant. Where was the power? That's what I'm saying. Because the only thing David Benavidez has is his size and his power. And if his power is overrated, what does he have? What does he have? If his power is overrated, what does he have? I mean, come on. And then these same guys saying Canelo Alvarez, he's ducking this guy. He's ducking that guy. How? David Benavidez literally said right after the fight, they asked him, the reporter asked him, hey, do you think Canelo's avoiding the fight with you? He said, no, I think Canelo has a lot of options. Much respect to Canelo. He knows Canelo cooks his ass. He knows Canelo sends that boy to the shadow realms. He know. But he showed the respect because he know damn well Canelo ain't running a hide from a guy with no damn defense. Stop it. Stop it. You know. Come on, these guys don't know. Salute to my brother Angel, the upset Rivetta. He says, Nukem, much love and respect to the one and only, the IBFP. Salute to you, family. Thanks for the love and support. And I'm going to tell you this. David Benavidez is a good fighter, but I don't want to hear him be called the Mexican monster. You see Floyd. Oh, Floyd Mayweather came out, did an interview, circulated Twitter, circulated, YouTube and Instagram and all of this. And he said, Canelo's ducking David Benavidez. David Benavidez just said he's not. I've been telling you, Floyd's a hater. Stop believing things because somebody tells you. Look at the facts. Canelo Alvarez is the Mexican monster. David Benavidez is not a Mexican monster for knocking out a washed 160-pound David Lemieux. I've been telling you guys this. The one thing this guy's supposed to be is a monster. The one thing this guy's supposed to do is knock out Caleb Plant. He said Caleb Plant has a weak chin. Then why couldn't your sorry ass knock him out? Why couldn't your sorry ass knock him out? He guaranteed a knockout. He promised it. What are we talking about? I'm holding him to his standard. My brother J-Tab says, do you think Canelo stops Benavidez? Absolutely. I predicted years ago that Canelo Alvarez will stop David Benavidez between the 8th and the 9th round. That's all I'm going to say. He stops him between the 8th and the 9th round. He's too slow for Canelo. He's too predictable. Canelo's going to humiliate him. And in this way, your God has fallen because David Benavidez is vastly overrated. I think he's a good fighter. He's talented, and he needs a new trainer. His daddy's a dumbass. Please fight your daddy, and you can improve. Please. The beautiful Angela Alvarez, salute to you, family. Much love and respect. And she states, I saw Benavidez win, but I saw no monster. Regardless, Caleb hugging and moving, a real monster would have made it happen. Benavidez will not take Canelo's power. He didn't drop Caleb. Bivol didn't drop Canelo. Facts over feelings. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And Angela, you're looking good, baby. You're looking real good. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm ready for the Canelo Benavidez fight. I'm ready. I got the popcorn ready, a front row seat. He is knocking David Benavidez straight to hell. And all of these fanboys who are holding his nuts will have nothing to say. Canelo stopped Caleb Plant 10 times out of 10, and he even did it when his hand was messed up. Think about that. A healthy David couldn't do it. These guys looking for excuses to save David Benavidez from being overrated. You can't save him. Joe Mama says David is too slow. Canelo would beat and stop him. That's facts, my brother. That is facts. My brother, the People's Eyebrow says David Benavidez can't fight backwards, and with Canelo, he will not come forward after all them counter punches. Get in, he will have no game plan. I mean, David Benavidez showed he can't fight going backwards. He showed he doesn't know what to do with a jab. He had to wait for Plant to get tired. Canelo will break him down and stop him. That's it. My brother Devon says, so Plant ain't a Euro bomb anymore? That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. All these guys saying Plant some Euro bomb. No, damn well the man's from the U.S., but they all call him a Euro bomb. He's nobody. He's trash. And now we see. Now we see. Let's keep the same energy. My brother Hunter Biden, he says Benavidez will knock out Canelo. Hunter Biden, we know you smoke crack. Absolutely right, Angela. No Mexican monster in the ring tonight. My brother Hector C says Canelo would rip his ass cheeks. Well, you know, let's not make that too graphic. My brother G. Jesus, salute to you, family. He says, let's also remember that Plant is David Benavidez's best win, and he isn't even a champion anymore. But when Canelo fought him, while he was a champion and undefeated, clowns like Ego, Dante called Caleb Plant a cherry pick. Now, all of a sudden, everybody want to give David Benavidez all the credit for this. But Canelo couldn't get no love for beating Caleb Plant. Everybody said he was a nobody. David Benavidez goes to a decision with this guy who promised a knockout, who's supposed to be the Mexican monster. This man's the cookie monster. They said David Benavidez got abs for this fight. It didn't mean a damn thing. What did he do? What did he do with them abs? He couldn't do nothing. Come on. My brother King Savage Kool-Aid, salute to you. He said, IBFP, I agree with you. There's so many nut holders hyping Benavidez, especially from Phoenix, Arizona, and always support Benavidez, but he ain't the level of Canelo. He would be cooked within 8 rounds. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Look, I like Benavidez. He's a quality fighter. His daddy talked too much. His daddy's a shit trainer. I'm sorry. His daddy's a garbage trainer. His daddy is a garbage trainer. His daddy is not teaching him nothing. Benavidez is just massive. His size is all he has. That's it. Canelo cooks this guy. He's a one-dimensional fighter. My brother Omar G says Canelo has taken shots from arguably some of the hardest hitters in Bivol, Triple G, and shrugged them off. Benavidez's chin has already been exposed. That is a fact. We've seen him on the canvas before by a journeyman. My brother Hit Kid says Canelo will knock out Benavidez off counters around 7. Woo! Hey, my brother Wings of Richard says, what's that IG, Angela? Angela, you're looking good, baby. My brother Mo says Canelo finna become a lumberjack chomping down that Benavidez body when they fight. Canelo might even stop him with a body shot. Wouldn't that be brutal? Because David Benavidez has a very flabby body. My brother Primetime says Benavidez missed too many shots in the fight. I got Canelo by murder in the 8th round. Somebody call 911 for David Benavidez when Canelo catches up with his ass. His daddy ain't going to be able to save him. Lalo says, even on crack cocaine, he couldn't knock out. Salute to you, family. My brother Lil Lincho, he says if Benavidez goes up to 75, he'll come back body bag. He didn't have the superior knockout power or pressure tonight. This the same David Benavidez who says, oh, I believe I can move up and knock out Bivol. I'm ready to fight Archer Beterbiev. Boy, they gonna cook your ass and send you back to hell. This boy smoking crack if he think that's gonna happen. My brother Jay James says everybody calling out Canelo payday. They want that payday. Salute to the landlord. This is what we talking about. But David Benavidez is your king. This your hero. This is your God. Come on. My brother Rodney says Ego is the same guy who said Plant was a cherry pick when Canelo fought him. But now that Benavidez fights him, he's a great fighter. That's what I'm saying. These guys call him a great fighter now. But before, Caleb Plant was trash because Canelo fought him. Make up your mind. And Canelo fought a prime undefeated world champion in Caleb Plant. Benavidez fought Canelo's leftovers and still couldn't get him out of there. My brother Mikey Telez says Rayo got robbed today. Absolutely. Absolutely. El Rayo got robbed today, and that was a damn shame. One of the worst robberies I've ever seen. The Mad Titan says Canelo will make Benavidez miss and make him. I think you're saying that he'll make him miss and destroy him, counter him, beat his ass is pretty much what's going to happen. We already know David Benavidez doesn't have the skill set or the ring IQ. The skill set, the ring IQ, he doesn't do enough thinking to be able to mess with Canelo. There's levels in boxing, and David Benavidez doesn't have those levels for Canelo Alvarez. My brother Jose Hernandez Jr., salute to you, family. He says, Nuke, I'm convinced Canelo beats both David Benavidez and Jamal Charlo on the same night. Easy work. Easy work. See, I'm tired of people. And look, and here's the narrative slayer. The IBFP is the true narrative slayer because I told you, Canelo never ducked Jamal Charlo. You know who confirmed that? Jamal Charlo. Canelo never ducked David Benavidez. You know who confirmed that? David Benavidez. So anybody else saying anything is just a guy that want to go hold some nuts. That's what they are. That's what they are. Because these guys don't want to see the truth. These guys don't want to see the truth. This guy's J.C. Balin says, you smoking crack. Everybody turn your attention to the screen. This guy named J.C. Balin said, I'm smoking crack. The IBFP, he said, I'm smoking crack. Everybody get a look at him. Yo fat ass smoking bacon. You want to talk about me? Yo big fat ass is smoking bacon. Yo fat ass smoking cookies. Rub them titties down, boy. You can't come on here and talk about the landlord and you got breasts. Cover up them double D's. And you want to talk about, I'm smoking crack. You need to smoke some damn crack and lose some weight. Them big old breasts. Cover them. I couldn't even do it. Made up here smoking bacon. If you want to drop the link for your sorry ass and I'll cut some bacon off your fat ass back. These guys don't want it with the landlord. These guys don't want it. Southpaw Boxing 7-7, whatever the hell. This sorry ass is in hell right now. He's been exposed. My brother Juan Du says, let's not forget this was a hard fought match for David. He won 7-5 against a guy with little power and weak in boxing and was outboxed at range. Absolutely. And people will ignore this. People will forget this. People don't want to recognize this. They don't. My brother says, I love smoked bacon. Hey, his name is JC Bacon right now. My brother Boxing Junkie says Canelo would play with Benavidez. Would play with him. It make it look easy. Make it look easy. And we know Canelo's the real Mexican monster. We know Canelo Alvarez is the real killer. Canelo Alvarez is that real guy. My brother Optimus Prime says JC Balin chokes on Twinkie. Oh, my God. Oh, let me find that JC Balin is the one deep-throating Twinkies. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. My brother Boxing Monster in the building, Oak Cliff. That's my hood. He says David Benavidez embarrassed all the real monster. Benavidez was confused in the first 6 rounds. Easy money for Saul Canelo Alvarez. Easy money. I don't want to hear no more trash hyping this guy up. My brother Omar G said, If this is the level that David Benavidez brings, imagine going against somebody who has a great defense, counter punches, and power like Canelo or Bivol. That's a completely different fight. That really is. That really is. Come on, we know. We know. The Mexican monster. He ain't the Mexican monster. He the Mexican cookie monster. My brother Riff Machine. Nuke, thoughts on David Benavidez' girl and her outfit? Now I'm going to tell you this. David Benavidez' girl, much respect to David Benavidez, his family, his beautiful lady, all of these people. And the only thing I'm going to tell you is the only Benavidez that got a knockout that night was his lady. She was the only one looking like a knockout. She was the only one looking like a knockout. She had them things jangling. She had them jangling. We already know it. We already know it. My brother Daniel Hernandez, thanks for the love and support. Thanks for the love and support. I appreciate that, my brother. The Unboxed Collector says, IBFP, my girl says Benavidez, he can beat Canelo. What should I do? Look, I never advocate domestic violence, but the only thing I'll tell you is if your girl is that stupid, hey, man, you might need to tell her to stop talking. She's going to have to shut the hell up. She's going to have to deep throat a Twinkie because she don't know shit about boxing. Salute to my brother Jesus Montes. Salute to you, family. Thanks for the love and support. He says, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Contract said Plant can use MMA, but Benavidez only boxing. Benavidez is different. I got 1K 5 ways for Benavidez versus Canelo. Hey, put it up and we can bet it. Let's go. Let's go. Easy money. Easy money. Salute to my brother Andy. He said, I'm upset, but not upset, if that makes sense. Salute to you, my brother. It makes perfect sense. The Killer Cam 82 says Dante versus JC in a big feet contest. Oh my God. Oh my God. My brother Angel the Upset Rivera. He ain't no damn monster. He a kitty cat. Nuke him, Nuke. He needs to lay off that cocaine and lay them woolies go because he far from a monster boy talking about he gonna knock out Bivol, but he couldn't knock out a Plant. Come on now. You can't talk like that. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Absolutely right, Angela. Absolutely right. It's time for a new girl because she ain't it, brother. She ain't it. She ain't it. My brother King Savage Kool-Aid says Ego, South Craig, Dante, Akai are gawkers. These guys have nothing to say. They all been exposed. If you signed up to any of these channels, all these guys are trash. All these guys have been exposed. All these guys have been humiliated. And my brother Malik says them things was stinging. David Benavidez girl, those things was jangling. Oh my God. I'm like, man, I seen David Benavidez. So I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I seen David Benavidez girl walking out to the show, and I seen them things jangling, and I was like, oh my God, I think I need to be breastfed. Oh my God, I think I need to be breastfed. My God. Selena's pound for pound. Salute to you. Thanks for the love and support. My brother Bernie Reyes, he said David cannot fight at a distance, no head movement, flat-footed, can't fight moving backwards. Canelo would whoop that ass. And we already know it. He's too predictable. Canelo Alvarez can get in and out, humiliate this guy. Easy work. Easy work. Oh, hold on. I got to get my brother Joe G. Valdez. He says Benavidez versus Charlo, Dudu, Andre. I got Benavidez over Charlo and Dudu. Make no mistake, I got Benavidez over Charlo and Dudu, and he viciously sends Dudu to hell. I'm 100% certain of that. My brother Alexandro Bravo, salute to you, family. He says, had money on Plant, but I'll give this to Benavidez. Good show. Salute to you, family. The Unboxed Collector says, I got here choking on my thanks to IBFP. Salute to you, family. Leon Armando, he says Charlo and Andrade now need to step up and get exposed. That's it. That's all we want to see. That's all. Step up and fight somebody. Step up and fight somebody. My brother said Canelo head movement would be too much for Benavidez. Remember, David said Plant was going to the hospital. He was going to the hospital. What happened to that? What happened to Caleb Plant going to the hospital? I didn't see it. Come on. These guys don't want the truth. These guys don't want the truth. My brother says, he says Canelo's overrated, IBFP. He's overrated. It sounds like he out there playing with his nose. See, this the guy, and I've seen him a few times before. This the same guy whose asshole got tight when I mentioned David Benavidez. That's how you know you ain't a real boxing fan. That's how you know you ain't a real boxing fan. We already know. GFT says Benavidez is the one-eyed monsters from Monsters Inc. Because he ain't no Mexican monster. We know that. Bayless was jingled before the fight seeing Mrs. Benavidez. That's it. My brother, the boxing realm in the building. Salute to you, family. He says Canelo was being called overrated for knocking out Caleb Plant and winning more rounds convincingly. How, when Benavidez went to distance with Plant, y'all overrated David's power. And that's exactly what happened. My brother David Avalanche says Benavidez, the cookie monster, salute IBFP. And Mrs. Benavidez is the only one that got a for sure knockout tonight. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie. And don't forget, Canelo Alvarez is the one and only Mexican monster. Don't be stupid. We know it. We know it. Don't be stupid. We know that's the one and only Mexican monster. Unboxed Collection. He said, IBFP, my girl said she thought David Benavidez would knock out Canelo, but I ended up breaking her back instead. Now she knows Canelo is the king. Thanks, IBFP. Salute to you, family. Much love and respect, because the facts don't lie.